Welcome to another episode of Behind the Dreamers with the Starter Girlz. I'm Jennifer Loading.
And I'm Brianna Drelis, and we're talking to the achievers, the dreamers, the magic makers, and the creators.
These are our friends, these are your friends, and they are living the extraordinary. Today's episode is brought to you by Walt Mills Photographer of Glad Models Agency. If you are here in the Dallas or surrounding area and looking for some photography work, check out Walt Mills. You can learn more about him and his work at photosbywalt.com. All right, super exciting. We're not in studio today.
Yes.
We're out on location. Isn't this
right.
fun?
It is fun. It is fun. This is
So,
exciting.
Where are we at, Brianna?
We are at 12 Cuts.
We have one of the owners here, Alda Boiani. We are super excited to have her here, and obviously this is her location. So thank you, Alda, for having us here and allowing us to come in and feature you today. We're super excited to chat with you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. You guys come here at my location.
Awesome. All right, well, I think we are ready to open this up. So, Alda, we want to talk a little bit about your background, what led to 12 Cuts, because it's my understanding that you came here back in the day and was kind of the head up on working with Fogo de Chao. Mm-hmm. So back us up and tell us a little bit about this journey.
So we're talking about how I come here. So I arrived in 1997 with the company, and I worked for the company for almost 26 years, started in Brazil here. So this is what we know to do, work with food and customers and make sure that we have the best food and customer service. And 97, so we learned a lot. I came here not English at all. So I had to learn English and work on, So, and then I work and open many stores. And 2015, I invited to leave. And so since we come here, we had the dream, me and my husband, to open our own store. And I put in my things. I only leave the company if I open my own business or I'm retired. So I was too young. I didn't have money enough to retire. So I had to open my business.
That's awesome.
So tell us where you moved here from.
I moved here from Brazil.
Brazil,
so I
okay.
born, I needed to kind of my throat, sorry.
Go ahead and get yourself a drink if you need to. It's okay. It's totally okay.
I had something.
Hey, it happens. That's why I've got,
More
the water.
to talk.
Yes, we have all the water.
We got the water. It's all good.
So I born in South Brazil in a small town called Encantado, very small, and I grew up in a rural area that we didn't have even electricity until my 16 years old. And then we moved to so I moved to the city after that. And after I finished high school, I moved to São Paulo. But one of my dreams was when we work on the farm, I will see on the sky the little bit of plane. And my dream was to fly. So, and then we are very, we have everything to eat because we grow our own vegetables and food, but we are very poor. And so this was a big dream, almost impossible when you see the airplane fly by, yeah.
Wow.
And then I flew in 1990, I moved to São Paulo. In 1997, I moved to U.S., so I flew a lot.
Yeah, wow.
What a huge transition to go from you were 16 or 18 when you moved to São Paulo?
I was a little older, yeah. I just finished high school.
Uh-huh. And then in 97, about 7 years later or so.
Yeah, almost 90.
I mean, you went from no electricity to São Paulo to 7. That's really not a lot of time to have such a huge transition in your life to move to the U.S., right?
Yes.
Wow. That's an amazing journey.
Yeah, we kind of very, we pray every day. We are very, God. And I think he listened, so I was asking to fly. I thought when I asked it to fly, it was just fly, but I flew not only fly, move it from location to the other, but I move it to have nothing, to have a business, family, and know a lot of countries, travel around, the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just got chills.
I know.
That was so good.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. Yeah, to have, well, and you just said something when you were talking about, you put out there to fly. It made me think of what I was, I was coaching a client today, and I was talking about, the energy that you put into the universe and what you put out there, and how, so often we focus on the things that we don't want to happen, and they continue to keep repeating. And when you put something out there very specific that you want, it's magical how sometimes things just really start happening in that way.
Yeah.
So awesome for you.
This is why people say be careful what you wish for. Wish good things because, and you believe it. And control what you're thinking. Think positive every day. This is what I do every day. Even though I have the worst problem, I kind of control my mind. I said, no, I only think positive every day. So no bad time, nothing. Everybody was worried about the COVID. I was not worried. I was very positive and never got sick. And because putting your mind positive, that.
Yeah, it's important, definitely. It's hard for people, a lot of people to understand that, I always say, where your focus goes, energy flows. So whatever you're fixating on right now is probably going to continue happening until you change your thinking, your stinking thinking, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Thinking. So good. So I had a question. Do you have? I had one and then I lost it. Did you have a question?
Well, no, I just, I guess if you could take yourself back to that little girl who's looking up at the sky and she sees a airplane flying over, what gave you the gumption, so to speak, coming from a small rural town to move to a big city? What was that for you? Because did a lot of your family do that? Did many of your family, or were you kind of the black sheep, so to speak, who actually went off?
I was the only one. So we are a family of 6 sisters. My father, my mom at that time. So since the city is small, we didn't see any grow much. So I kind of take the opportunity when a friend of mine moved to São Paulo and tell me, "Oh, do you want to come?" They hire somebody. So, and the specific at that time, Fogo only hire people from South America, south of Brazil, actually. And I said, why not? I don't have nothing to lose. And these, we don't see anything in this small town, city. You work, we don't have, not much to kind of achieve. You stay there forever. So I move it. So I asked my father. He said, "Oh, go. Don't do like we do. That we don't have nothing." My father he never learned how to read, write, and so he said, "You have to go and see what you can find out there. It's much better to stay here for sure." So he was
That's amazing.
Yeah. So when I was not scared. I have a friend in São Paulo, so I said, well, I need to try. And then my other thing I want to do is to buy a house because we didn't have a house. I was paying rent to my parents to the house. So, and my focus was to buy a house. To buy a house, and then we'll see. So at the beginning it was hard because I never left home. So when I said, the first time you leave, and it was, and in Brazil, the culture was completely different. So then here, and back at the time, even more. So we don't leave a house. We stay with parents until you marry or, something happened. So, and it was hard at the beginning, but I bought a house for my parents. I bought a house for all my sisters.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm still keeping helping them, so.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Well, I want to ask you a question because obviously we've talked about, you've just given us this whole background, and obviously we know that wasn't an easy challenge to get through all that. So, coming over here and starting up 12 Cuts, what do you feel like was maybe the most challenging thing for you, making that shift, going from where you were and then coming into doing your own thing now?
It's a little different when you work for somebody. Even though I work like it's my business, I usually do my best. So I never complain about the work in my life. I never complain. I just work, and I work like it's all the time. But when I came here, it was a little different. It looked like everything depended on me, so I had more responsibility. So how to bring a customer, how we do when it was, especially when the days we are not busy. So my gosh, what I needed to do, what I'm not doing the right thing. And then we opened 5 months before COVID, and then kind of COVID came. So we had to kind of think, what are we going to do next day, you know? We have all the bills to pay.
Sure.
And then we just open it. We don't have the big clientele yet, you know. We just open your business, and then we have to close. And
Yeah. I didn't realize you guys opened right before the pandemic. Wow,
Yeah.
what a way to pivot and just push through that. I mean,
yeah,
that's a whole conversation in itself, how you survived going through all that, and a lot of places shut down. I mean,
we closed because we had to, you know.
Right.
But the next day we already put something out there. I was calling all the customers. We did family meals, take out, deliver, and a little bit every day. We are selling more and more that we be able to pay all our bills, you know.
yeah, incredible work ethic.
Absolutely.
I love the part where she says, I work and I don't complain and I just work.
I just work.
Well, and if you think about everything going on right now where like people can't keep people hired, like people don't want to work, and then you hear these stories like this where they're like, I just don't complain. I did my work, and you're like, yes, why are more people not like that,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we can't find anymore. So, and I
Yeah.
have, because every time if you don't put a goals, you just go there to work for,
Yeah.
you feel empty. So you have to have something in the future that it make you do it, So every time in your life, for me, I have something that I needed to achieve, and I need to go. So I need to work because I need to achieve what I thinking what I want to do in the future. So
Right. No, that absolutely makes sense. Getting connected to whatever your purpose and your passion
Yes.
is definitely going to make you want to do something more than not so.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not everything you like it to do, but as a part of you grow your business, you need to do, and just do it the best way as possible, and everything is fine.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It is.
So I think we should ask her what keeps her in the game with this. Like, I think that's a good one.
Absolutely, especially after getting through
Yeah.
COVID, and I mean at this point you're probably still you mentioned you have a huge event this weekend, which is really exciting for you, but you're still growing this location.
Yeah.
So and I actually I kind of come from the restaurant industry. My husband and I owned a restaurant for 7 years, and we did close during COVID, or we closed last May, so it's almost been a year, but COVID was the main reason why we closed. So I understand how hard it is to run a restaurant, and you keep doing it. You keep showing up every single day and working your business, So the question is, what keeps you in the game? And maybe it has to do with what you see ahead of you,
Yes, I have. One of the reason we did this business because my husband has Parkinson's, so for him to work, so sometimes he get tired, but it's good to be involved in something. The life is easy if you have a purpose. He's here to work every day and make him kind of forget a little bit about the disease. And this is one of the things. Another thing is once I do something, I go to the end. I'm not the quitter at all, so I keep on going. And even though with some time we feel like, oh my gosh, something happened that we didn't like it, what I don't like at all, but I keep on going because I find the way to kind of get better and continue, because I have people that work with us that we really appreciate, and now we want to grow, and they gave opportunity to other people to grow with us also, one of the reasons. And when we started this, my plan is to up 1, 2, 3. Of course, we kind of slow down because we have to kind of make the business, we have to close, and so now it's better, but we still have a challenge with people working, so to find the right people and to have a full team all the time, so we keep it, but it's a part of the business. We understand this is a part of the restaurant business like that. Right now it's a little different, it's a little harder than maybe used to be, but it's not impossible. So I keep it going because I have other project in my mind. I put in my business plan that I want to do it. So my focus is to do it.
So many good little things in there. That's so great. I just think it's so awesome that we've had several, I feel like episodes that have gone out where we've asked that question, like, hey, has there been those moments where you thought, I want to throw in the towel, what's keeping you in the game? And we can't kind of keep finding the same answers come up. It's just not really an option, that I'm committed to this and I'm going to see it through to whatever that looks like. So I love your passion and your drive.
Yeah,
and
and then one thing, you need to like what you do. I like it. Doesn't matter, I really like it. So
yeah, and that's the thing. You do have to like what you do because it gets hard, and if you're not loving what you're doing, the hard gets in the way, right?
Yeah.
So good stuff. Audience, they're getting a view of the bar today, which is a massive bar back there, by the way. There's a lot back there. But tell us a little bit about what makes this restaurant unique. Like, what is this about?
Yeah, we started because we worked through the years of different restaurants. So after I left Fogo, I went to different concepts, and so I learned a lot. We tried to do what I don't like what I saw in the other ones. So we focus more, I know it's a Brazilian concept, but most of the green at the salad bar is organic, so we try to get the best products possible. And the meat always high choice or Angus prime. So we keep in the way we used to do back on the time. So customer first. So we want to make sure customer comes here to eat. They don't get the cheaper meat, but they get the best meat to start with, to have the best experience. And to work as a family, so we work is not like we have to do this. No, we are kind of open, flexible to work with employees and everybody. So it's kind of family, and it is real family. So this is like Yeah,
and I have eaten here before. It is good, by the way.
So
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So in 12 cuts, because a lot of restaurants out there, they have a 20 cuts, whatever, and then it's almost just numbers. So we make sure we put a 12 very good ones, the best meat. So less but best.
Wow, that is great.
Yeah, and you got to eat here, Brianna.
I know.
It's good stuff.
Right now, we've talked to so many people, and we just kind of touched on this, that are struggling to hire employees. There's some people who don't want to work right now. Do you face that challenge, or do you feel like you're retaining your employees pretty well? And
yes, a challenge we have all the time, especially in new business and people. We don't have right now we are building our 12 cuts is more recognized out there. Before it's something new and people doesn't trust much. Right. Now we have a more it's a couple years already. So the challenges continue because of the time that everybody is looking for employees, and this Brazilian steakhouse has so many in Dallas. It has a lot of competition, I guess. I don't go there and ask for other to come to join us. Right. I don't go to other restaurants and say, oh, look, you get this much money, I have to pay more. But people are doing that, so we have a more challenge on this industry because a lot of people...
They are doing that.
Yeah.
They're poaching.
They're poaching. We are not going to my competition and say, look, I gave it, I'm a very, I think everybody has to do, I don't know, so I'm a very ethical, so I'm...
Yeah.
So I want people to stay because they really like it. So we pay very well. We pay very, very well. So, and because I don't have a bottom line that I needed to have this much percentage on net income, so we don't have that. So I can share it with my employees for sure, to give them more. And but it's still some kind of different challenge. And then restaurant right now is probably not just me, just us, but everybody out there.
Sure. But I think there's a couple things there. I mean, the idea that you're taking care of your employees, I think that's huge, because people don't really always stay in one place because, you know, it's convenient or it's the highest, but they stay because they like the culture and how they're being treated and how they're feeling there, you know. And so I think that's important what you're talking about there, because
we are very clear. I not promise that whatever we promise, we deliver.
Deliver.
So we don't promise, but a lot of things are out there that is it's not good. I think it is people promise things and they move it, they leave it for a few dollars, and actually it was not what it was promised, because, you know. But here, what do we say? We make sure we deliver. So if we say this is in, so they can trust. So we know I'd never lie to any. So I don't like the lie. But it's a lot of things out there that they say something, actually it's not there. But it's all about money. I think a lot of people, it's about money right now. So
yeah, they got to pay for gas.
yeah, everything is
And
so
food.
expensive.
It
Gas and
is.
food.
Gas and food right now. Like, you go to buy eggs and all the necessities, and they're like, everything's expensive. You got to have money to eat, you know.
If you find it, because sometimes it's not there anymore. So we
I
go
know.
to our restaurant supplies store is empty.
Yeah. Well, you're doing awesome stuff. I think that you're doing the right things, and that's the important thing. I know it's not, I didn't even know about this poaching thing. It's the first I've heard about this, but I'm not in that industry, so I don't know. I'm not denying it doesn't. I'm just, God, people are just interesting, aren't they?
It's different times, you know.
It's
It's
a
kinda-
real thing for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we had that challenge often where one of our chefs would literally just not show up
Wow.
because somebody promised them $2 more an hour or something.
Oh, my goodness,
I mean,
yeah.
that's really what it came down to, you know.
Right.
And we were already paying them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But right now, the restaurant industry, I think, is in a big transition. But I mean, you are doing amazing things, and obviously, I love how you stand behind the quality of your product and the service, and I love also how you're fostering, you know, that family environment and that support environment, because, like Jennifer said, I agree. Like, people stay when they're treated well. And it sounds like that's a priority for you.
Yeah. So I do have another question. Let's say somebody wants to get in the restaurant industry. Maybe don't know what that is. Not a 12 Cuts, something else. What kind of advice would you offer them for starting out? What would you tell them to go do?
Well, I'll say what I do. It is to be on and everything, because if you don't know anything about restaurants, it's not easy. It's a very difficult business. You need to know and to be on at least the beginning. I don't know, because you have to be there every day. You have to make sure everything works well, quality, people, everything is. And then you have to have it, and financial wise, some kind of cash flow to be able to kind of, because of, depending on the restaurant, some chef is a famous, so you can have a business right away. Otherwise, sometimes it take a while until you make your business. You know, people know about you out there, so it's not easy. Not easy. Used to be probably easier, but now it's. So it has to be on there every day and check everything, the expenses, make sure what do you buy, what do you you pay for, everything. Yeah.
Brianna's totally nodding her head. She's in agreement with you. She's
Yes.
like, check, been there, check, been there.
Yeah.
And I haven't,
Yeah.
but I can totally respect it, because I can imagine, you know, I think just being in business for yourself already requires you to show up and be present, but you've got way more overhead, more things going on in this particular environment.
And hire the right people, you know, put up whatever, you know, people on the right position, and people that you trust, and then make sure you do your job very well. So, and to have the people is important.
I find that there's so many people who are like, oh, I've always wanted my own bar, or I've always wanted my own restaurant, you know, and every time I hear that, I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. Because ultimately, those people have never worked in a restaurant or never worked in a bar.
They don't know what it takes.
You know, here we have Alda, who has, before she opened her own restaurant, 20 years experience or whatever.
And she did her own customer discovery.
Yeah, and so even with that type of experience, it's still hard to run a restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's like for all of these, I don't know. It just always concerns me when I hear people who have zero experience in the restaurant industry want to do it, seriously want to do it.
Well, that's when they really need to get out and do a lot of customer discovery before they try to open. And that's where people fail in business a lot of times is they either, like you just said, don't have the experience or they have no customer discovery. They've done nothing to even know if their thing's going to be viable. Like, is it going to be sustainable? Because they don't even haven't gone out and looked at this. Like,
Or talked to people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what that customer discovery is. It's getting out, and I'm working with this accelerator right now. We keep talking about that. Like, you have to have 100 interviews with people if you're trying to start something and you're like, you're starting a brand new something here, and you talk to 100 people and ask questions before you go try to, because how do you find out who your people are, your clientele, right? Unless you're in it.
But some location, you can find a good location that is trained location. That is good, easy to make it. But if you don't do the right thing inside, only location is not going to help you. But a location has a lot to do to help for sure,
Yeah.
But when you study or you have a lot of money to have a very good location, if you study on, and sometimes people doesn't have that enough money and they are dreaming about the business, but if you don't have it's not easy.
Right.
If you don't have a cash, a lot,
Yeah. It's hard to get the food if you don't have the money to get the food.
Yeah, so
you can't wait for them to pay before the food
it's
comes.
all together. Yeah.
It's not one of those where we can we'll pay you first and we're going to take the money and go buy the food. No, we got to have the food.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's a business, but it's a restaurant. I think it's a little.
Yeah.
Who has a restaurant knows that it's a lot of hours, a lot of hours, 24/7.
Yeah.
Yep.
You definitely have
true.
the work ethic, Alda. I love it. Hard worker. I think we should do some fun questions.
All
with
right.
Some rapid fire.
I agree.
You want to open this up this time?
Absolutely. So, you mentioned that you're Italian,
Yeah.
but you grew up in Brazil. So, have you traveled to Italy?
I did. I went 2013 for a week only, but at least I went there. So.
And what's your favorite city in Italy?
So I went to a few different cities, but I only did Rome, Florence, Naples, and we like Rome, so we stayed a few days there. So
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
yeah,
All right. So besides your lovely food at 12 Cuts, what's your guilty pleasure? What's your favorite just bad thing that you love to eat?
I'm very good on eat. So, but I like chocolate, even though I'm allergic. I eat a lot,
goodness.
and I like fries. That is bad, but I love fries, French
Oh my
fries.
gosh, I love French fries too, and I never get to eat them, but I love them. I
Yeah.
never eat them.
Yeah, I
Every
don't-
once in a while.
Yeah, this is the bad thing, and I drink a lot of coffee. Everything else is healthy, but I love fries. So,
Well, and coffee, and that gets your energy, gets your metabolism moving, keeps you like flowing, so you can work those 24/7
yeah,
days.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what about music? Do you have a favorite artist or musician?
I'm not very good on that thing. So I like all kind of music, but here we listen from Brazil. We put like a bossa nova. But I like, since I'm a very religion, I listen a lot of Christian music lately. So
Awesome.
Very cool.
All right. Let's see, Alda, do you have a favorite book?
I read a lot of books in the past. Now I don't have a time, but I read a lot. One of these, I read The Secret that I like it. The Secret.
Yes, I have the video. Yes.
Yeah, so one of those. And I don't remember. I'm very hard. Can
busy.
remember name it, but I read a lot of different books. The one that it was a very challenge to me. It was the Power versus Force, because my English is not that good. It was a little hard, but I read.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I think you did pretty good. You did pretty good today.
I think so too.
I know. Sometimes it's hard. So we understood everything. So I think it was fine. It was good.
I agree.
This
I
has
agree.
been fun. I don't know if I
Absolutely.
have any more. I think we did good on that. It was fun. The rapid fire are always short. It's supposed to be short. We don't always get it saint. We did pretty good today.
Yeah, just to tell a little bit about the restaurant. So we open for lunch and
Okay.
dinner. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner every day. Saturday, sometime I do a lot of event for Saturday lunch. So a lot of people take advantage because we don't charge a fees for that. So big groups.
Okay.
And Sunday we open 11 to 9, and so we have a private room. We have this bar for banquet. We do a lot of networking here. If somebody looking for networking, a space that is very good.
is
And
good to
this bar and group. So we have a group where we do a lot of group events. So if people looking for places,
Yeah.
and now I know it's coming. Graduation is very
Yes. I have one graduating this year.
okay. So you have the place to look
Yeah,
at.
I got to figure out who's coming. I just told him today, I'm like, you need to get your invitations out. They're all on the table. And he's like, are you going to do it? I'm like, no, you're going to do it. Get them all out. So, Alda, which website? Where do we send your people? We know where to send them. We're going to tie all this together, but where's your website that we want to send them to look at?
Yeah, 12cutssteakhouse.com.
12cutssteakhouse.com. Okay.
Yeah,
All
or
right, I
they
knew what
can-
it was, but
Yeah.
we're just telling them.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question about the private room, because so many people look for private
Yeah.
event spaces. How many people will it fit?
We have a complete private room for up to 60, but we can open up, and then it's gonna be. It only has the door, but it's for the 150. Or we have a two size one for 60, another one for the 120. It can be 100. So
Great.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good size.
That is a good size.
Yeah. Keep that in mind, people listening to the podcast. If you're
right.
here local,
Yeah.
good to
That's
know.
Yum yum.
All right, this has been fun, Alda. You did a great job. We're
Oh,
excited we
thank
got to
you.
come see you and chat with you. And to our listeners, come check out 12 Cuts. It's amazing. Good food.
Absolutely. It's beautiful in here too.
thank you.
Everything looks really great.
It does. All right. Well, we do want to say to our listeners, of course, if you enjoy our podcast, please be sure you give us a rating both on iTunes and Facebook, because we can't do this without you. And hit the subscribe button on YouTube.
And before we leave, I do have a parting thought for you. This is going to be a quote from a new book I'm reading.
Ah, I'm excited.
The book is called Stop Living on Autopilot by Antonio Neves. And the quote is, "What you're chasing in life is a feeling that reminds you you're alive."
Ooh, I like it. That just gave me chills.
I
That was a
know.
good one.
It's a good
That's a
one.
good one. I always know it's good when I get chills. I'm like, I need to get that. It's so good. So good. All right. To live the extraordinary, you must start, and every start begins with a decision. You guys take care, be safe, and be kind to one another. We will see you next time.